Hi guys and welcome to my latest review. Now what I have here today are earphones Fiio FH1s, and I'll try to be very short and informative today, not to drag too much about cables and things like that. But actually I did want to start with a cable first. It's just okay. It's not tangly too much, but it does tangle a little bit. Great thing is it's not microphonic at all, as it rubs on your clothes and things like that. And as you can see, it's a ear hook design. And some of you like it, some of you don't. It's preference actually, but personally I didn't have any problems finding a good fit. So all of that is just fine, in my opinion. And you can see they come in really oversized box. And one thing I wanted to share is there is actually a magnetic lock here in the box, which is not necessary, but kind of cool. We all need some of that fidgety feeling to play with. The other thing that comes in box and that I don't really understand is this big plastic box. It feels nice and sturdy, but in my opinion it's not that practical for carrying around with you. I would prefer something like this, for example, for everyday use, because it's smaller, softer compared to this chunky box. But those are again just preferences. So let me continue to the thing that is most important, and that's the sound quality. First thing that I wanted to say, these are definitely tuned to be fun. That's the dominant thing about them. These are tuned to provide a lot of fun. So I'll start with the bass line. First thing that you'll notice is bass is quite punchy. There is really nice presence of bass notes. It goes deep, it is maybe emphasized a little bit, but not too much. I never felt that bass is too much to my ears, because control and attack are good. So it's not one of these overblown, overbloated bass lines that you might encounter in some other headphones. So I really did like it. It gives everything a solid, punchy, fun feeling to every song. And going above that, there is a little V-shaped kind of sound going on here. So what do I mean by that? Lower mid-range is recessed a little bit. And for example, vocals will not sound full and warm as with some more balanced or more flat sounding headphones. But upper mid-range is pronounced a bit, and upper mid-range and high frequencies, let's say it like that. And what that gives to these earphones is a little bit of character. There is definitely some sharpness and sparkiness going on in that region. From time to time, actually most of the times, it feels quite exciting, quite interesting to listen to those. But from time to time, that shows its ugly side. For example, I listened to few female vocals, and they can sound a little bit spitty, like snakes, you know. I tried EQing that region around 5, 6, 7, 8 kilohertz. It actually depends on the voice. But funny enough, it didn't help really. I decrease volume in this region in equalizer, but spittiness still remain. And eventually, when I get to that point where there is no sibilance and spittiness anymore, I already killed the whole fun factor and the whole sparkly character of these earphones. So, at least in my case, in my experience, they're not that EQ friendly. So you'll have to accept their character, or maybe it's better just to find another model altogether. Moving away from frequency response, I wanted to mention some other qualities these have, and they do. First of all, they sound quite wide, basically as wide and spacious as I've ever heard in ears to sound. For me, for example, it's comparable to Audio T3. That sort of spaciness, and I sometimes really feel that sounds are coming much more from the left and much more from the right than physical placement of these earphones really is. And that's great, I liked that. There is that sort of airiness and that type of quality. Fortunately, as I already mentioned, bass is fun, is punchy, it's kicking hard, so these do not sound like Audio T3. Those are too thin, too bright in my opinion. These have that similar type of sound in the upper region, but then they add that fun bass down there to give you like a nice fatty feeling, which is great. It's something that teen audios sometimes sorely miss, unfortunately. Okay, so layering is also great, and I feel that every instrument has its space to breathe, it has some empty room around it to breathe. Again, great. So all in all, I had a really nice fun with these, except with that region of upper mid-range, lower highs, where they can sound a little bit sharp and tiring from time to time. An interesting thing about that is basically you would want to pair them with a warmer and a little bit darker sounding source for perfect match. For example, if I paired them with Sonata HD DAC dongle here, that is really nice dongle, but it has some sort of thinness to that higher region. That sort of spittiness and sibilance was more pronounced than, for example, if I paired them with Fiio K5 Pro, that has that sort of warmish, bass-heavy type of sound, and it suits these earphones quite nice. Most of the songs I heard through it sounded fun, exciting, positively sparkly, and I enjoyed it. But when I paired it with this one, things got a little bit too edgy and sharp for my taste. It's still listenable experience, especially if you like that kind of voicing, but it's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. So in conclusion, what can I say about these? For this amount of money, these are quite nice offer, and I really like them. They combine some qualities of teen audios, but fixing some of their problems, like solving some of their biggest problems, like lack of bass, for example. They still get this character. It's something that you simply have to learn with. For example, if earphones were girlfriends, FH1s would be that type of fun and exotic, adventurous girlfriend that you enjoy spending some time and having a lot of fun. But when you're actually thinking about settling, I'd probably want something a little bit more calm and understanding and accepting. But if you're just looking for good times, fun times, adventure, these are probably one of the best at this price range at the moment, because they will provide that excitement, that exotic, grabby type of sound. And I like them. I not only tested them these last few days, but I actually enjoyed listening to them. But every now and then when that spittiness kicks in, I realize these are not earphones that I could settle with. Personally, maybe some of you could, but I couldn't. They have a lot of character, and that character is not neutral, is not really tuned to be high fidelity exactly. It's tuned to give you a lot of fun, a lot of dynamics, a lot of separation, spaciousness, but it can get a little bit sharpish and annoying from time to time. And that would be it for today, guys. I wanted to stay short and to the point. I hope I managed to do that. So if you haven't done that already, please click like and subscribe so you can help this channel grow and bring even more interesting reviews. Also, visit eeWireview.com to see all these reviews in written with scores. So thank you for watching and see you next time.